my beloved brother and sisters, chosen ones. When will you receive financial miracle? The real answer is here. Listen carefully, because this moment carries something deeply personal and powerfully real for your life. And if you move away too quickly, you may miss a shift that was meant to change everything within your heart and your path. This is not just about money or numbers, but about a divine movement that is already forming quietly around you, preparing something you have waited for with tears, hope, and silent faith. Type 2020. If you believe the answer you have been searching for is not far away, and it is not hidden behind impossible doors, because God has already begun opening what seemed closed for so long. There is a gentle urgency here, not fear, but a reminder that this is your time to listen closely and receive what heaven has been preparing for you. There has been a long season where you felt overlooked, where your efforts seemed unseen, and where your prayers felt like they were floating in silence without response. Yet, even in those moments, God was not absent and Jesus was not distant from your struggles or your desires. They were shaping something deeper within you, something stronger than temporary gain, something that would carry lasting peace along with provision. Within the next few moments of reading, your understanding will begin to change, and your heart will feel a calm certainty that what is coming is not delayed but perfectly timed. If this touches your spirit and you feel even a small warmth rising inside your heart, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to this channel, because your simple action can help this light reach another soul who is quietly waiting for the same reassurance you are receiving right now. The truth about your financial miracle is not what the world often tells you, because it is not only about effort, lack, or timing in the natural sense. It is about alignment, faith, and a quiet preparation that God has been doing inside you. While you were still wondering when your breakthrough would finally appear, Jesus has been walking beside you through every moment of doubt, gently guiding your steps. Even when you could not see the direction clearly, there is something sacred about the waiting season you have walked through. Even though it has felt heavy and confusing at times, it has been shaping your heart so that when the blessing arrives, it does not overwhelm you or slip away from your hands. Instead, it will stay, grow, and bring peace instead of pressure. The miracle you are expecting is not just about receiving, but about becoming someone who can carry that blessing with wisdom, gratitude, and calm strength. Type 144. If you trust in God, the real answer to when your financial miracle will arrive is already unfolding within your life right now. Even if your eyes have not yet seen the full picture, it begins the moment your heart fully rests in God's timing instead of rushing ahead with fear or doubt. It begins when your spirit becomes steady, no longer shaken by delays or distractions, and when you trust that what is meant for you cannot be taken away or missed. God does not bring blessings in a way that creates chaos or confusion, because His nature is gentle, ordered, and full of peace. When your miracle comes, it will not feel like something forced or uncertain, but like something that settles naturally into your life, bringing clarity and quiet joy along with it. Jesus wants you to understand that your worth is not measured by what you have right now, but by who you are becoming through this journey. There have been moments where you questioned your path, where you wondered if you were doing something wrong or if you were being forgotten. Those thoughts did not come from God, because He has never lost sight of you, not even for a single second. Every tear you held back, every silent prayer you whispered, and every time you chose hope instead of giving up has been seen and treasured. Your financial miracle is not being withheld as a test of your endurance, but it is being prepared in a way that matches your growth, your readiness, and your future. There are things aligning behind the scenes that you cannot yet see, people who will cross your path, opportunities that will open without struggle, and moments that will feel like answers to prayers you almost forgot you had spoken. Jesus is leading you toward a place where provision does not come with anxiety but with peace, where abundance does not feel heavy but freeing, and where your life begins to reflect the quiet goodness of God's care. This is not about sudden riches without purpose, but about meaningful blessing that supports your life, your family, and your calling in a way that feels right and lasting. There is a softness in the way God moves, and it may not always match the urgency you feel, but it is always perfect in its timing. Your miracle is not late, and it is not lost, because it is being shaped with care that goes far beyond what you could arrange on your own. The delay you experienced was never denial, and the silence you felt was never the absence. What you are stepping into is something that will not only meet your needs, but also restore your confidence, strengthen your faith, and remind you that God's promises are not empty or distant. They are alive, active, and working quietly within your life. Even now, as you continue forward, hold on to this gentle truth within your heart, because it will guide you through every uncertain moment that still lies ahead. Your miracle is closer than it has ever been. Not because time has suddenly changed, but because you are now standing in a place of deeper understanding, stronger faith, and quiet readiness. A newly revealed 7-second brainwave method backed by neuroscience and once hidden in classified documents is helping thousands activate their brain's wealth setting. People refer to it as the money magnet sound because of how quickly it appears to attract abundance. Click the link in the description and comments below to awaken the prosperity already within you. The truth is that your financial miracle is not arriving as something separate from your spiritual growth, but it is deeply connected to the transformation that has been taking place within your soul. Jesus has been guiding you through moments of patience, shaping your thoughts so they are no longer controlled by worry, and helping you see that true security does not come from what you hold in your hands, but from the presence of God within your life. This inner strength is what will allow you to receive and sustain what is coming without losing your peace. There were times when you felt tired of waiting, when the silence seemed too long, and when your hope felt fragile under the weight of uncertainty. Yet even in those moments, something inside you refused to give up completely. And that quiet persistence was not your own strength alone, but the gentle support of God holding you up when you felt like falling. That unseen support has been constant even when your emotions could not recognize it. Type 2323 if you agree. As you continue forward, there is a new clarity beginning to form within your heart. And it is helping you understand that your miracle is not something that will suddenly appear out of nowhere without purpose or direction. Instead, it will come as a natural continuation of the path you have been walking, aligning with the growth you have already experienced and the lessons you have already learned. It will feel like a door opening that was always meant for you rather than something unexpected or confusing. God is not preparing something that will overwhelm you or place unnecessary pressure on your life, because His intention is always to bring peace along with provision. The blessing that is coming will not create chaos, but it will settle into your life gently, bringing a sense of stability that you have been longing for. Jesus is leading you toward a place where your needs are met without constant fear, and where your heart can finally rest without carrying the weight of uncertainty. There is also something important that you are beginning to understand, and it is that your value has never been defined by your current situation. Even in seasons where you felt like you had less than others, you were never lacking in the eyes of God, because He has always seen your potential, your kindness, and your willingness to keep going. Even when things were difficult, that unseen worth has been guiding your journey even when you could not fully recognize it. The answers you have been searching for are not hidden far away because they have been growing within your life through small, quiet changes that you may not have noticed at first. Every new thought of hope, every moment where you chose peace instead of fear, and every time you trusted God even a little more than before has been moving you closer to the breakthrough you desire. These small shifts have been preparing the way for something much greater than you expected. Type yes to affirm. There is a sense of timing that is now becoming clearer, not in exact dates or moments, but in a deeper understanding that your miracle is connected to your readiness rather than a fixed schedule. God's timing is not random or delayed without reason because it is carefully aligned with your ability to receive, sustain, and grow with what is given to you. This is why the waiting has felt long, because it was never about holding you back, but about preparing you for something lasting. Jesus is leading you into a place where your relationship with provision changes completely, where you no longer feel controlled by fear or lack, but instead feel supported by a steady flow of what you need. This shift is not just external, but internal, because it changes the way you see yourself, your future, and the possibilities that are opening before you. What once felt uncertain will begin to feel secure, not because everything becomes perfect, but because your trust becomes stronger. There have been hidden connections forming around you, people who will play a role in your journey, opportunities that are quietly aligning, and moments that will soon come together in a way that feels natural and right. These things have not been visible yet, but they have been moving into place with a precision that only God can create. Nothing has been random and nothing has been wasted. Even when it seemed that way from your perspective, you are stepping into a season where your efforts begin to bear fruit in ways that feel meaningful and fulfilling, not rushed or forced. The work you have done, the patience you have shown, and the faith you have held on to are all coming together to create something that reflects the care and intention of God's plan for your life. This is not about sudden change without foundation, but about steady growth that leads to lasting stability. There is also a deep sense of peace that will accompany your miracle, and it will be different from anything you have experienced before. It will not depend on circumstances or external validation, but it will come from within, rooted in your connection with God and your trust in His guidance. This peace will allow you to move forward with confidence, even when you do not have all the answers yet. The journey you are on is leading you toward is a place where your life feels balanced, where your needs are met, and where your heart feels at ease rather than constantly searching for reassurance. Jesus is guiding you into this place with patience and care, ensuring that every step you take is supported and every blessing you receive is aligned with your true purpose. What is coming into your life will not only change your situation, but it will also strengthen your faith in a way that stays with you long after the moment has passed. You will look back on this season and see how every part of it was necessary, how every challenge helped shape you, and how every delay was actually preparing something better than you imagined. A 7-second brainwave practice once reserved for select circles and concealed in classified files has now been made public, and many describe it as the 30-con miracle. Experts say it awakens a dormant brain center connected to wealth and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it is taken down from the internet again. You are not far from your breakthrough, even if it has felt distant for a long time. The distance you felt was never real because God has been walking with you every step of the way, guiding you closer to what has always been meant for you. The shift is already happening, and you are moving into a place where your miracle is no longer just a hope, but a reality that is beginning to take form. God has been weaving together details you could not see, forming connections that did not make sense at first, and guiding your path in ways that felt slow but were always precise and intentional. What once appeared as delay is now revealing itself as careful preparation. And what once felt like silence is now showing itself as quiet work happening beneath the surface. Your financial miracle is not something that exists outside of your current life, but it is already forming within the very circumstances you have been walking through. Jesus has been gently shaping your perspective so that when the blessing arrives, you will not receive it with fear or doubt, but with calm assurance and gratitude. This shift within you is one of the most important parts of your journey because it allows you to carry what is coming without losing your peace or your direction. There is a reason why your path has been different from others and why your timeline has not matched what you have seen around you. God has been leading you in a way that is uniquely designed for your life, your purpose, and your future. What may have seemed like a slower journey has actually been a more secure one, building a foundation that will support what is coming without instability or loss. This kind of preparation cannot be rushed because it is meant to last. Type 2020 to claim miracles. As you continue to move forward, there's a growing sense of alignment that is beginning to take place, and it is bringing your thoughts, your actions, and your opportunities into a more connected and meaningful flow. This alignment is not something you have to force or chase because it is happening naturally as you remain steady in your faith and open in your heart. God is arranging things in a way that feels peaceful and clear rather than overwhelming or confusing. There is also a new level of confidence beginning to rise within you, not loud or restless, but quiet and steady, rooted in the understanding that your life is guided and supported. Jesus is helping you see that you are not walking this path alone and that every step you take is being watched over with care and love. This confidence will allow you to recognize opportunities when they appear and to move forward without hesitation or fear. The miracle you are waiting for is not just about receiving something new, but about stepping into a different way of living where provision feels natural and consistent rather than uncertain and stressful. God is leading you into a place where your needs are met with ease, where your efforts are supported by grace, and where your life begins to reflect a sense of balance and stability. This change is not temporary because it is built on a foundation that has been carefully prepared over time. There have been moments when you doubted whether things would ever change, when the weight of waiting felt too heavy to carry, and when your hope seemed fragile under the pressure of your circumstances. Those moments were not signs of weakness, but part of a journey that was shaping your strength and deepening your faith. Even when you felt uncertain, something within you continued to hold on, and that quiet persistence has brought you closer to this moment than you realize. Type 19 to receive miracles. There are also unseen doors that are beginning to open around you, and they will not require struggle or force to step through. These doors are aligned with your path, and they will feel right when they appear, bringing clarity instead of confusion and peace instead of pressure. God is not leading you into situations that drain you or leave you feeling lost, but into opportunities that support your growth and reflect His care for your life. Jesus is guiding you toward a place where your relationship with money and provision becomes healthier and more balanced, where you no longer feel controlled by fear or lack, but instead feel supported by a steady flow of what you need. This shift will change not only your circumstances, but also your mindset, allowing you to approach life with a sense of calm, confidence, and quiet assurance. The connections that are forming in your life are also part of this preparation, because there are people who will play a role in your journey, bringing support, guidance, and opportunity in ways that feel natural and meaningful. These connections are not random and they are not temporary, but they are part of a larger plan that is unfolding with precision and care. You will begin to see how everything is coming together in a way that feels complete and purposeful. There is also a restoration happening within your heart, healing the places that felt discouraged or uncertain and replacing them with a sense of hope that feels strong and steady. This restoration is important because it allows you to receive your miracle without carrying the weight of past disappointment or fear. God is preparing not only your circumstances, but also your heart, ensuring that you are ready for what is coming. As you step into this new season, there will be moments where you recognize how far you have come and how much you have grown through the experiences you once wished to escape. You will see how every part of your journey has contributed to the person you are becoming and how that person is now ready to receive something meaningful and lasting. Your miracle is not something that will suddenly appear without context, but it is the result of a journey that has been shaping you step by step. It will feel like a natural progression, a continuation of the path you have been walking, and a reflection of the faith you have held on to even when it was difficult. This is why it will feel right, because it has been building toward this moment all along. A rare 7-second morning ritual previously hidden in classified documents is re-emerging, and people are already sharing accounts of swift financial advancement. It takes almost no time, yet it triggers a dormant well switch in the brain that most people never use. Click the link in the description and comments now to access it before it vanishes. There is a quiet certainty now forming within you, and it is guiding you forward with a sense of calm and clarity. You are no longer standing in the same place of uncertainty, because something within you has shifted, allowing you to see your path with new understanding and renewed hope. This shift is a sign that your miracle is not far away, but already taking shape within your life. The miracle you have been waiting for is becoming clearer, not because everything has suddenly changed around you, but because your understanding has begun to align with what God has been doing all along. You are no longer standing in the same place of uncertainty where every day felt like a question without an answer. Something within you has become calmer, more grounded, and more aware of the quiet ways God moves. Jesus has been gently guiding your thoughts away from fear and toward trust, helping you see that your life is not controlled by chance or struggle, but by a loving presence that sees every detail and cares about every step you take. Type 666. If you trust Jesus, Jesus is guiding you with a gentle hand, helping you stay aligned with what truly matters and what will bring lasting fulfillment. Your miracle is not arriving in isolation, but as part of a larger transformation that is touching every area of your life. It will influence not only your financial situation, but also your sense of peace, your confidence, and your ability to move forward with clarity. This is why it is taking shape in a way that feels complete, because it is meant to support you in more ways than you may have expected. There is also a sense of readiness within you now that was not there before, and it is allowing you to step into this new season without hesitation or fear. You are no longer the same person who started this journey, because you have grown, learned, and developed a deeper connection with God through every experience. This growth is what makes you ready for what is coming, because it gives you the strength and understanding to carry it well. The path ahead is becoming clearer, and you will begin to notice small signs that confirm you are moving in the right direction. These signs may be simple, but they will carry a sense of reassurance that strengthens your faith and encourages you to keep going. God often speaks through these quiet confirmations, guiding you step by step step without overwhelming you. There is also a balance being restored within your life where your efforts and your rest begin to align in a way that feels natural and healthy. You will no longer feel like you have to push constantly or worry about every detail, because there will be a sense of trust that allows you to move forward with ease. Jesus is leading you into this balance, helping you understand that true provision does not come from constant striving, but from alignment with God's guidance. The people who come into your life during this time will also play an important role, bringing support, encouragement, and opportunities that feel meaningful and genuine. These connections will not feel forced, but will develop naturally, reflecting the care and intention behind God's plan for your life. You will begin to see how these relationships fit into your journey, adding depth and support in ways that feel right. What if abundance had always been influenced by a hidden brain signal buried in classified records and never fully disclosed to the public? Your financial miracle is part of this gentle unfolding, and it will not arrive with confusion or chaos, but with clarity and calm assurance. God is not bringing something into your life that will disturb your peace, but something that will strengthen it and allow you to breathe more freely. Jesus is guiding you into a place where your needs are met without constant struggle, where your efforts feel supported, and where your life begins to reflect a sense of balance and ease. There has been a deep preparation within your heart that has taken place without you fully realizing it, shaping your thoughts, your reactions, and your understanding. You are no longer reacting from fear in the same way you once did, and you are beginning to see your situation with a clearer and more hopeful perspective. This shift is important because it allows you to receive what is coming without carrying the weight of past doubts or worries. Type 323 if you agree. There are also new opportunities forming around you, and they are not appearing randomly, but a part of a larger plan that is unfolding with precision. These opportunities will not feel forced or unnatural because they will align with your abilities, your path, and your purpose. God is placing you in positions where you can grow, contribute, and receive in ways that feel meaningful and fulfilling. Jesus is leading you toward a place where your relationship with provision becomes peaceful and steady, where you are no longer controlled by fear of losing what you have or not having,